Hello and welcome back to this Dark Souls playthrough. You might remember this painting from when we first explored Anolondo, and this time we are actually gonna enter it using this item here, the peculiar doll. There once was an abomination who had no place in this world. She clutched this doll tightly and eventually was drawn into a cold and lonely painted world. Yeah, let's go ahead. Painted world of Ariamis, with Ariamis presumably being the painter. Yeah, so we are trapped here now. We cannot leave. And this is why I usually put it off until a bit later in the game, until I'm truly prepared. It's not an impossible area, but there are some tough parts. This was actually the first area that it was designed for this game. Here we have an early warning that we are not necessarily welcome here. This was actually the first area that was designed by FromSoft for a new game. This is also why there are several Demon's Souls references thrown about in this area. Like there's straight up a boss from Demon's Souls as a mini-boss used here. So we are gonna kindle this bonfire to its maximum potential. So by the time this recording is happening, it's actually Christmas. So Merry Christmas, late I guess. This is probably going up already in the new year. Well, not probably, I know it's going up New Year's. I have already scheduled videos until New Year's. So I might have to end this episode abruptly to go eat dinner, you know. Anyway, just so you know, if there's an abrupt cut, that will be the reason. Yeah, so we are ready to explore. I actually tried to reach this place a lot sooner, so that I could upload this episode for Christmas, because it is the only snowy area in the game. I thought that might be fitting, but yeah. My recording schedule didn't allow for this to happen. And we might be already a bit overpowered for this area by now. Since we have put it off a bit. Like usually players can enter this as soon as they enter Anolondo. you drop down here? Yes, you can. Ooh, yes, hot bird ladies. Yeah, that's the stuff I play Dark Souls for. And the dried finger is actually a PvP item that allows for the presence of more phantoms in your world. As soon as I get a second of rest, I'm gonna take a look at it. Ooh, those bloated guys are actually pretty scary. Because if you beat them with close combat, they explode into a toxic cloud. So you have to try to be as far away from them as possible. Because I certainly do not want to get toxic. Ooh! Close call. And as you have already seen, like, this building loops neatly around in various ways, so it's really apparent that this was the first area they designed, because it's really yeah, the level design is just really good here. Little shortcuts and everything everywhere. Oh boy. Fortunately, we have this spear that allows us to kill these guys at range. I think if you kill them with fire, they also don't explode into toxic, but I don't remember that too clearly. Let's take a quick look at the dried finger. Nope! Well, you can just pause the video and read the description if you want. Shriveled but still slightly warm. With this many knuckles, surely it cannot belong to anything human. Huh. It doesn't really say what it does, eh? Well, in Dark Souls 3 it does what I explained earlier. But I might be wrong about its use in Dark Souls 1. Because Dark Souls 3 is the one I actually PvP'd in. Classic ambush tactics here. So over here in this tower structure is actually the boss fight. You can actually see the fog gate from here. And here is another of these zombie dragons. We fought one in the Valley of Drakes before. And let's go up this path. Eee, they have blooded feet. Looks disgusting. But otherwise they are super hot. Totally. Ironically, they can't fly. So there's that. Oh yeah, well we had it. I have talked about Velka at the earlier parts of the playthrough. And here we have several crows, crow ladies and other crow symbolism. So a lot of stuff here has strong connections to Velka. What did I just pick up? The red soapstone. Be summoned to another world as a dark spirit and defeat this summoner to acquire humanity. Certain darkness resist their descent into dark and persevere along the honorable path. So yeah, this is... if you don't want to evade and a game, you can just put your red summon sign down and let you... and then the host has to invite you into his world, as opposed to you just invading the world. Let's get this item here. Oh, actually the wrong ring equipped. Just noticed. Yeah, that's... you see how little I roll in Dark Souls 1. Because the shield trivializes a lot of the enemy encounters. But then you have Dark Souls 3 where you can just spam rolling without... wow, I almost fell off there, holy crap. You can just spam rolling without any real consequences. And that would be so easy to fix, just have subsequent rolls take more stamina. But what do I know? I'm just a silly gamer. I'm no game designer. So... I don't think we can actually access the tower yet. Oh yeah, this guy should come to life now, right? So I guess we are getting a rematch against this guy. I actually want to try to find a shortcut here first. Because there's only one bonfire in this area, there are several shortcuts that lead back to this one bonfire. So here we have the Dark Demon Souls boss I talked about. The Phalanx, or whatever it's called. Which is a reference to a shield formation I believe the Romans used? Or another kind of empire around that time. Oh, crows, yes, that's what I needed. Oops. Ooh, it's getting dangerous. did they drop? A spear, wow. I don't know what I expected. There's only one left, we can actually take a closer look at them. Because I haven't really looked at them before, like... There's limbs and spears sticking out of them. Pretty disgusting. Well, let's end this. Alright, now somewhere around here there should be an NPC invasion. Right. Some weird sound, ambient sound here. That I didn't actually remember. So yeah, to talk about this place a little, this is essentially where the gods banished all the stuff they didn't like or they were afraid of. At least this is what it seems to me. Oh, there he is. This NPC, where is he? It's also a reference to a Demon's Soul boss. Demon's Souls boss. The old monk, namely. With his silly head. What did we get? His helmet, right? No? Oh. Oops, I didn't pay attention. Sorry about that. Damn, that's actually creepy. Ooh. As I mentioned before, FromSoft really should make a horror game. I think they would make a great job. And there we have the shortcut I wanted. So sure, let's try and take on the zombie dragon. Whoop! That scared me, holy crap. Fucking ninja birds. You know what? I have a little toy I haven't tried out yet. I want to see how much damage it does. Maybe we can cheese him. Oh no, I didn't pick it up with this character, damn it. Oh well. Then we will fight him. Hands. Well, that was a failure. No, 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 no! doesn't really do what I want him to. Now blow down the middle. Exactly. Oh, screw it. As long as we do damage. Yeah, that was a mistake. God damn it, dumb dragon. Tactical retreat. And going back in for the finishing blow. Noise. So what does he actually drop? Dragon Scale. Should have seen that coming. Blood Shield. Pretty decent, I guess. Blood Shield spoken of in the Lost Legends. The red of blood is slightly enchanted and boosts various resistances. Huh. So, unfortunately, the zombie dragon spot has gotten stuck here. And we can't go any further. Or can we? It's funny every time. So if you hit it with a jumping attack, it stands up for some reason. But this is definitely some kind of bug, and it's not intended. This way you can go to the boss fight earlier than you should. But we are gonna do it the intended way. Because I want to show off the rest of the level. We haven't really looked at the statue, did we? So this woman here is not depicted with a child, so it's probably unrelated to the other statues I keep pointing out. My best guess is that this is a depiction of Welka, but who knows? And we've been there, we've been over here. Have we been over here? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Wow. Furniture is truly my greatest enemy. Halting my progress at every turn. No, I know now why we haven't been here yet. Here we have some kind of graveyard. Ring of Sacrifice, which is an artifact closely related to Welka, Goddess of Sin. Then we have the well that leads us further down. But I don't think we are supposed to find it out yet. We We're actually supposed to go this way, I believe. Like there's two ways into the lowest floor here. I think it's designed so that you leave through the well. You aren't supposed to go in through the well, because that makes it a little too easy, I guess. Yeah, 3D space is a challenge for some people. Yeah, I think you're supposed to find this way first, and then as soon as you leave through the well, you're like, oh, I could have gotten in here this way. That would have made it easier. And here we have our favorite enemies, wheel skeletons. I think they're actually a bit tougher here. I seem to recall that we one-shotted them back in the catacombs. Although I might be misremembering. I like the Akira slide. They do. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Akira. It's a great movie. Even though, well, it's a bit old, but I think it's aged well. Remind me to take a look at the bone wheel shield as soon as we are out of here. They bumped into each other to confuse me. That's what I call teamwork. I think we are safe for a second, so let's take a look at it before I forget. Giant wooden wheel encircled by spikes, half melted to a strange skeleton. Can be used as a great shield, only for the great gaps. But at least the spikes turn into weapons with a good spin. Strange indeed. Nothing too interesting otherwise. Now this wall is awfully suspicious. Like I didn't even remember that. That was just great guiding of the player line of sight. Like they guided me here with an item and source of light, and then had an obvious Zelda wall here. And there's this thing here, this contraption which we have to turn. Like the Dark Souls 3, the first DLC, is heavily reminiscent of this area. You also have to go into a cellar, have to turn a wheel, have to turn a statue to reveal a hidden path. Well, it is supposed to be the same place, but still. And I think here is where we leave through the well, or not? More walls. Yeah, I remember this place now. It's a bit of a labyrinth. Oh, that actually scared me. Ooh, I don't even know why. Whoa, boy. Damn jump scare skeletons. Spoopy. Spoopy indeed. Annex key. Ah, I think that's the door we was closed earlier, right? In the wintry painted world, there is a structure resembling an old cathedral. Its annex serves as a type of storehouse. Pretty sure that's the door we were at earlier. I was proven wrong. We didn't leave through the well. I guess we are gonna go down that well anyway. So this guy here is actually not hostile. I believe he dropped something. The fire surge pyromancy. Pyromancy foreign to the Great Swamp. Create a surge of flame from palm of hand. Not all pyromancy originates in the Great Swamp. One hears rumors of unknown pyromancers inhabiting various lands, and this spell is the work of one such outlander. Guys, where should we put this pyromancy? I don't know, just put it in the optional level, why not? Calm down, boy. Ah, no, there we are. This is the well, right? So let's go check out the annex. Yes, honestly, I don't remember what's in there. This is a suspicious barrel. Well, we are actually gonna explore the annex after a little cut. So I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, let's keep going, shall we? Wow, more enemies, just what I wanted. Yeah, letting out a battle cry in front of a dude with a 20-pound sword might not be the smartest idea. Wow of silence. Secret rite of the black-haired witch Velka. Prevents casting of magic within effect area. Velka, the goddess of sin, is a rogue deity, but she is versed in arts both new and old, and is considered to have a great range of influence, even as gods are concerned. So it's likely that the gods even had not only respect but also fear for her, which is why she might have been banished here. It's, well, or at least a lot of her artifacts were banished here. Haven't we been here? No, we haven't. I wondered how you'd get that item. So this is what Oswald of Karim is wearing. If you remember him, we met him after the gargoyle fight. What was it called? Is it this one? Robe worn by Pardonas serving Velka, the goddess of sin. The Pardonas attire is uniformly black in color and said to be imbued with Velka's mystical power, which provides resistance against all manner of magic. Well, it's still worse than Hevel, so not that interesting for us. Yeah, don't worry, I saw that item down there. We are gonna get it. But if I jump down there now, I'll have to walk all the way back up. Is this actually a structure you can break? Yeah! I thought so while walking by that this seems breakable. Welker's rapier. A symbolic, powerful thrusting... I'm dying. Excuse me. A symbolic, powerful thrusting sword used by the Pardoner serving Welker, goddess of sin. It is no mere symbol, to be sure. The Pardoner is an inhuman swordsman, and wields this enchanted blade with special sword technique. Does this have special moveset? Let's try it out. Really, just the standard rapier moveset. Well, no, those slashes are unique, I think. But we have too little intelligence to wield it. Interestingly enough, Welker's weapons don't need faith, but rather they need intelligence. As opposed to the other weapons that have connections to the gods. Oh boy. And here we find the Dark Ember. Ember required for weapon ascension. The church long hid the forbidden black ember, and no living blacksmith knows of it. Occult weapons were used to hunt the gods, and are effective against the followers and kin. And this here item is why I believe that this is essentially the painted world of Ariamis is essentially the banishing ground for the gods. Because they hid this here. So no man could ever use it again. Against them. That looks very suspicious. But I guess it's nothing. Well, and I think with that we have explored the painted world pretty much in its entirety. So the only thing left is gonna be the boss. Is there anything down here? Not really. It's weird. I could have sworn there were some unique white-red enemies somewhere in the painted world, but I guess I misremembered? Well, it's not that important. I think we found the most important lore stuff. I gotta pick up the item I promised I would pick up. Where was it? Here? See, it was nothing worthwhile. Could have just skipped it. I wanna return to the bonfire real quick before we challenge the boss. How do I actually get out of here? Jumping down there? What's the intended way? Looks like it. It's kind of weird. Huh. Well, I want to return to the bonfire either way. So... oh, there we go. Oh, I can hear some kind of enemy. Oh, guess we still have stuff we haven't explored yet. Ooh, an egg vermifuge. Have we collected one of these before? The egg bearers have chosen to serve the flame of chaos, and the eggs symbolize this selfless choice. So this is talking about the servants of Spider Waifu back in Blighttown. Naturally, these chestnuts are forbidden, but are allowed under special circumstances. So yeah, these remove the parasitic egg from your body. You can actually get infected. And then you get an egg on your head that grows, that consumes half of the souls that you collect, and grows in size. And in the end stadium of this parasitic state, your kick attack actually gets replaced by a bite attack from the worm inside your head. But otherwise, it's actually pretty useless. I don't actually know what these squares here are for. Are they cages? I don't know. Should actually be able to level up. Ooh, what's that? 4,000 souls. I believe I have that in soul items. Maybe this one. Not quite. This one. One more of the thousanders. We are good. Nice, so the rest of our stats I'm gonna pump into vitality until we reach 30, and well, we probably won't even reach 30 before we finish the game. Oh, they actually respawn. I didn't remember that. I thought since they are kind of a minibus that they just stay there. But it's not like they can chase us anyway. So up here is where the zombie dragon was. Ooh, nice ambush. Actually kinda got me. Yeah, so up here is where... Oh, it's further up. Somewhere up here is where the dragon bug is now standing tall after we glitched him. So we can actually skip the entire thing with the underground area and the well and the wheel skeletons. Because then you don't have to turn the statue. Yeah, and somehow a Knight of Berenike found his way in here. So it seems they did reach Enalondo after all. Alright. Things are getting serious. Let me reposition myself. So, initiating concentration posture. Okay, this boss is actually pretty unique. You will see what I mean as we walk in. Let's top off. And go. Let me make sure we're recording. Yep, all good. Sorry about that.
Who art thou? One of us thou art not. If thou hast misstepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home. If thou seekest I, thine desires shall be requited not. Thou must returneth whence thou came. This land is peaceful, its inhabitants kind, but thou dost not belong. I beg of thee, plunge down from the plank and hurry home. Thou must returneth when this land is peaceful, its inhabitants kind, but thou dost not belong.
Sure.
I beg of thee.
So yeah, this you don't have to fight Priscilla. You can just leave. And I'm actually really debating right now if I should fight her. Because I kinda like her. She really doesn't have any ill intent towards us. And she has the fluffiest tail in all of Legend. Just look at it. Look at all that fluffiness. I want it for myself. So yeah, I usually leave her alone. But I'm probably... yeah, I'm gonna fight her to show off the battle, because it's kinda unique. You can already see that I leave footsteps in the snow, which will become relevant in the battle. So I guess we will talk further about her after we beat her. Really sorry about this, Priscilla. Yeah, you can see that she has scales. So you can see it good at her neck and even at her chin and stuff. And little horns at her forehead. Kind of reptilian eyes. She wields this great scythe. And she's barefoot. Must be cold out here. Yeah, she was actually supposed to have a much bigger role in the story. But that was cut out. She was to be similar to the lady in Black of Demon's Souls. But yeah, let's get to it. I'm just stalling for time right now. Truly sorry about this, Priscilla. I'll try to cut off her tail. Since we couldn't do it with Sif. Well, here we go.
I expected as much from why.
So, she goes invisible, but you can see... You can see her footsteps. The pyromancy makes her appear again. Ouch. I really want to get the tail. Wait. Give me the tail. Come on, Priscilla, don't make this more difficult than it already is. Nice. Oh, that was pretty short. So, let's take a look at her dagger first. This sword, one of the rare dragon weapons, came from the tale of Priscilla, the dragon crossbreed in the painted world of Ariamis. Possessing the power of a life hunt, it dances about when wielded, in a fashion reminiscent of the white-robed painting guardians. So some key information here is that she is a crossbreed between a dragon and something else. And that she possesses the power of a life hunt, which the gods apparently feared. Soul of Priscilla the crossbreed, trapped inside the painted world of Ariamis. Use the soul of this crossbreed bastard child and antithesis to all life to acquire a huge amount of souls or to create a unique weapon. So yeah, this power of life hunt is apparently really feared among the gods. Even going as far as calling it the antithesis to life itself. Which actually sounds really similar to how Ingward describes the Four Kings and the Dark Waves. And yeah, the big question is who are her parents? Because one of them has to be a dragon, right? And I wouldn't put it past Sif to try to conceive a child in his pursuit of immortality. Like a popular theory for a while was that it's Sif and Guinevere's child. While it's unclear if Guinevere actually had sex with him or if he just took her in DNA or something like that. Though I guess that's a little bit too advanced for a medieval setting like this. But I also like to think that there's some kind of connection with Velka here. Like, maybe all these crow guys weren't sent here to banish them because the gods feared Velka, but rather because Velka wanted to protect Priscilla for some reason. But yeah, that's all just baseless conjecture at this point. We will never know for sure. Ah yeah, there's the Xanthos stuff. This is from the NPC invader we fought earlier. A mysterious item, once worn by Xanthos King Jeremiah, the legendary exile. No one knows where it came from. It may be tethered, but its bright yellow color still stings the eyes. Yeah, yellow clothes were actually really expensive to make back in the day. So usually only royalty wore yellow. Little fun fact. The crown bears high quality cloth which is quite soft to the touch, but its bright yellow color stings the eyes. And it's clearly far too big. And I don't know what I mean. It fits perfectly. Yeah, this is one of those silly items that you see a lot in PvP. Oh, look at me, so funny. Anyway. Well, I guess we are returning. And after this, we'll end the episode there. And they even give us a homeward bone, so we don't have to walk all the way back. Hey guys, I think we are gonna do just that. So, I'll see you guys next episode. Thank you for tuning in, and tune again next time. Goodbye everyone. Dark Souls is actually really jerk. Like, they gave me a homeward bone, so I used it, and look at which bonfire they returned me to. Well, screw you, Dark Souls. Well, anyway, goodbye, this time for real.